Alright guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at this DC Direct DC Essentials Nightwing, New 52 Nightwing, and I gotta say, man, I was excited to get this guy because I really like this line. I've only got a few figures so far from this line, and they've all been fantastic. I love that they're 7-inch scale, so they fit in with the bulk of my DC collection, which is all McFarlane. They fit in well. They're great looking figures, well made. I really dig these things, and I've been looking for a Nightwing for a while, so I don't have one in my collection because, you know, you've got the Arkham City or Arkham Knight or whatever Arkham version of Nightwing that you have in McFarlane that's pretty cheap and easy to find, but he just looks like crap to me. And then there's the nicer version of Nightwing that McFarlane has, which is just ridiculous on the secondary market. He's just expensive, and I don't want to spend that much. And so I found this. It was on Amazon. We'll talk about price at the end of the video, but very excited to get this guy. So here we have him in package. Back of the package there, some other figures that came out in the wave, one of which I already have, one of which is on order, one I don't have yet, but I'm thinking about picking that one up. So here we have him in the package. Let's go ahead, crack this guy open, and see what we think. Alright, so here we have him out of the package. We'll go over accessories here, and he comes with this. That's it. That's all he comes with. He comes with his batons, and I guess for Nightwing, that's enough. Although, you know, it's always nice when we get other accessories, but that's what we have here. Now, as far as the figure goes, the thing that stands out the most to me about this figure is it is very, very shiny. You know, I probably would have preferred it in a matte finish. I think that probably would have looked a little nicer, honestly. But you know, it is what it is. That's the figure, and I knew it was going to look like this. It looks like this in all the promotional photos. So it is just a very shiny figure. So guess you're going to have to deal with that if you want. As far as sculpt goes, there's not a lot going on here. You do have some sculpt there on the bottom of the boots. You've got really nothing on the legs, on the torso. You have a little bit on the arms here. And I believe this is reuse from the Batman figure. In fact, these figures are all reuse. Almost all of them reuse most of the same parts in the bodies. They swap out heads and hands and some things occasionally here and come with different accessories, and that's about it. That is one thing about this line. It's a lot of reuse. But honestly, I don't mind because it's a good buck to work with, and I think it works well for all the figures that they're putting out in this line, or that they have put out in this line. So I think it works well. So yeah, not a lot going on with sculpt. Paintwork looks really nice. Nice crisp lines there on the paint. Works well. Again, not a lot going on with this figure, but what is there works really well. Head sculpt looks good. Looks like, you know, looks like Nightwing, and that's what you want. I think they did a good job. So all in all, man, I'm digging the figure. I mean, you know, again, the only change I would make if I could was, you know, go with a matte black finish instead of the shiny glossy black. I do actually like the red, the actual, you know, Nightwing logo in that shiny red. I do like that, but the black could have been toned down a little bit. Other than that, I'm really digging this figure. So let's go ahead and stack this guy up with some other figures and see if he can hold his own. Alright, so first up we got to look at him compared to some other figures from the DC Essentials or DC Collectibles Essentials line. Of course, we've got Harley Quinn, we've got Rebirth Batman, we've got Aquaman there at the back, and then of course we've got Cyborg Superman. And honestly, the only one really that's off in this as far as just how he fits in well with the others is the Cyborg Superman. He's the shortest figure here, which is, you know, not how it's supposed to be. Superman should be a pretty big, tall guy. I still love the figure. I think the figure is phenomenal. But he really feels a little bit out of scale. I mean, he's just barely taller than Harley Quinn and shorter than all the rest of these guys. Still a great figure, but it is noticeable. But as far as Nightwing goes, man, he fits in perfectly with this group next to Batman and Harley. Yeah, I'm absolutely digging this. Alright, so one of the real reasons that I really do like this DC Essentials line is it fits in so well with McFarlane's stuff, with that DC Multiverse line. I love it, and this is just a great example. So we've got Three Jokers Batman, you know, we've got Red Hood, Jason Todd unmasked, of course we've got Red Robin, obviously Tim Drake, and then of course we got Damian Wayne. And this Nightwing, this Dick Grayson, looks perfect lined up with these guys. I mean, he's the right height, he's the right build. It looks like it was made to go with this line. I absolutely love it. All right, so let's talk price, guys. I picked this guy up on Amazon for $24.98, so 25 bucks. And that puts it right in line with what McFarlane is doing right now. And for 25 bucks, you're getting a fantastic figure. Again, my only complaint is kind of the glossy nature of the black on this, but that's a stylistic choice, and I get it. And I know in some of the New 52 comics, he was actually drawn that way and drawn with kind of a shinier costume. So I get it. Might not be my favorite, but everything else on the figure is perfect. It's exactly what I would want in a Nightwing figure. So hands down, it's worth 25 bucks. There's no question about it whatsoever. Now, I know I didn't talk about articulation earlier in the video because honestly, it's basic stuff. Essentially what you have here is Marvel Legends articulation with the ab crunch, the waist swivel, thigh cuts, calf cuts, you know, ankles, wrists, double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, all that stuff. So not a lot of reason to go into that, but it's well done. This is a very well executed figure. I like it a lot. Definitely can recommend it if you're looking for a good Nightwing figure, and right now might be a really good time to jump on this here in late October of 2022, depending on when you watch this video, because 25 bucks is a phenomenal price for a figure that is this good, in my opinion. So I'm definitely glad I have it. I would definitely tell you to check it out if you're a fan of DC, McFarlane stuff, DC Direct stuff, DC Essentials, whatever it is, especially if you're a fan of Nightwing and you need a good Nightwing in your collection. Hands down, this is a great choice. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.